So, hi guys, today I'm going to be rerooting a silicone baby full body with the drinking wet system. This may be hard because I'm like on a little thing and it's not the best, but I'm going to try my best. So what you'll need is when you're rooting a baby, you will need a brush, any kind of spray tool, like you can use water or you can use the detangler, which I'm going to use both, a needle, and I might dye it a little bit more, do like a brown. So let me show this really quick. Hold on. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show the baby. So this is her right now. She has a hat on right now. And when I take her hat off, it's going to show all of her hair. That has not been rooted by me, but I'm just going to reroot her. And when I reroot her, so right now her hair looks a little crazy. It looks exactly like this. So you see she has some bald spots. So, okay, so with the bald spots, I'm just going to go ahead and fluff out this. I'm just going to go ahead and fluff her out. Yeah, you're not supposed to fluff her hair like this, but it's the only way from pulling it out, because you don't want to pull it out. So now what I'm going to do is take and kind of fluff out with the brush a little more. And when I do that, I'm going to take and wet it after kind of, or maybe it doesn't just need to be wet, maybe it just needs to be poked down into her head, but because it's so long right now, and she can be a boy or a girl. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my needle and I'm going to kind of just poke the hair down into the scalp. It kind of looks like it needs to be poked down into the scalp. So I am very not talented at this. I just learned. So, but I know how to do it, which is really freaking cool. I have actually done hers before, and I did it last night because it needed to be done. So, and then this little fluffy part at the front, I'm kind of just going to go ahead and we're just going to, I know it looks weird with me poking a baby in the head with a needle. She's not real. She is very much fake. But I am taking and just rerooting her. And that's what I'm doing. And so now she just looks like this, like with all the fluffiness and stuff. She doesn't have that bald as much. I'm going to go and put that up. I'm going to just, then you're just really just going to brush it to your liking. You don't want to be rough though, because if you're rough with it, it can, just honestly, it can like get really rough. And it just looked really terrible. Now, she is a little longer in the front, which I think I'm going to take and try to cut it. because she is a little girl and you don't want it to look like a little boy. So if I can find scissors in here, I'm gonna try to cut it. This is like a workspace for me, but this is what she looks like now when you're all done. I know there's like a bald spot here and here, but it's just where you have to really work with it. Like with the brush, you kind of just have to keep brushing the hair a certain way for it to just look natural. Because if you don't, then the hair is not going to look natural at all. It's just going to look like you just played around with it, and there you go. See, it's not as bad when you just keep playing around with it. I can play with her hair for hours trying to get it to be better, but honestly, it doesn't look like it can get any better, which is okay, because it's going to have that, like I said. But also you can take in you can take a pen or a marker, like a permanent marker, and you can also draw in that hair that's missing. You can take and draw it in. And so now I have some hair right here that I'm just gonna stick right there, and I'm gonna get the needle back out. I can do this one-handed while I'm holding her up, because it does take a good minute. Okay. And so now I'm just going to find that hair that I laid on her head and just kind of poke it in. You see it kind of goes in there. So it is actually in there right now, and I'm going to use a little bit of water to hold it down to kind of get it to stay. And this right here is just like the fuzz and stuff, so what I'm going to do is just kind of brush it out. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is try to brush more. So I'm going to take it up again. I'm just going to brush it over. That way it doesn't look as bad, and it's just in one spot. And then, when you do it, it's not going to look as bad when you get it done. I mean, it'll look bad at first, but once you get a hang of it and get it kind of in a certain direction, it won't look as bad. Okay. So we're just kind of, so what I'm doing is just trying to work it out to where it's not looking as bad, because the way I'm rooting her. So it does kind of look like that there, but I'm going to go ahead and just try to keep working with it until I get it like the perfect bam. And so then when it's like that, I just leave it alone, and I kind of come back to the back here, and I give it a little tease. I'm also going to take some detangler. And what this detangler does is it kind of matte finishes it. So it gives it kind of like a sticky kind of thing. That way it kind of holds it in place with when you're moving the hair around and stuff like that. It kind of just holds it in place. And so now this is what it looks like. It doesn't look as bad. So, but I'm going to actually keep working on that. And stuff like that. But you just keep working with it, and then it'll eventually just kind of go in its own little ritual there. So, then she'll look something like this, which is why I don't recommend wetting it and then trying to do it. I would do it first, then wet it. And then you're gonna figure out, hey, this is what I have to work with. This is, it's not much to work with because of it being wet. You really want to work with it more when it's dry. And so then it'll just look like that little spot right there just has a bunch of bald. You'll take the brush, then I'll take my hand, and ba-bam. It doesn't look as bad. So, her rerooting is kind of hard because she is very wobbly with the head. Like the head moves, a lot. So it is kind of hard to get that kind of like little finish that you really were looking for. Instead, you end up with something like this. You really don't want that to happen either. So then what I recommend doing is kind of brushing that to the side and just brushing all this other. But you're also going to come back with that line, which is why I'm about to show you that you want to take some of the hair from this side and kind of just drag it over. So you get something like that. And then I'm just going to work it down onto this side and just kind of be done. So that is how you reroot a silicone baby. Honestly, it's very hard work. And there you go. You just kind of keep on brushing, and then that will kind of look like little blonde streaks, which is very cute. And then you just have a baby that turns out. So like I said, she's very floppy, so she'll look like this. And then when you put like a bow or something on her head, it kind of holds the hair in place. And so while the hair is curing, I actually hold a hat on her head and it just holds it in place. So I'm gonna do that now while she's sitting up, if I can get it to stay at a certain. So I just use a hospital hat that came with her when I got her. I'm just gonna put it over her little head, and now the hair is in place and cured, and now she is all complete, and her hair is done, and it's gonna start curing under there. Also, I'm gonna show you, because I do get a lot of questions about how you make her fake bottles. So I'm also gonna show that too while I'm on here. Let me put away this hair stuff. But yeah, also like when I do her bottles and stuff, it's gonna kind of help like with the curing and stuff on her hair. A lot of people ask what I use. I basically just use this moisturizing Be Pure. You can get it at Dollar Tree, Dollar General. And then I also use a detangler kind of condition thing. Honestly, we're gonna do 2 bottles. I'm gonna show you how to make those. I have a newborn bottle and I also have like a bigger bottle, but I'm gonna show you like how many scoops of each you should do. So for fake formula, I use coffee creamer. You can use whatever you want. I know some people get really mad when like people go and buy like expired formula like off of Facebook Marketplace and stuff. It's really ridiculous. So right now the bottle is filled to 2, and then I'm just gonna take a scoop of this and just pour it in. So you're gonna do 2 scoops. You can do 2.5 scoops, or you can do 2 full scoops. It really doesn't matter. I'm not going to put the nipple on yet. So then you just take and shake it up really, really good so it doesn't look clumpy. And it's going to look like fake milk. Or it's going to look like milk. So then, with the bigger bottle, you're only going to do 3 scoops. So you'll fill the bottle up to about 3, almost 3. It's not at 3, but it's almost 3. And you'll take and do 3 scoops. I like to do 4.5, but I recommend 3 to get the consistency that you want to make it look a lot more real. Now I will say when you do 3 scoops, it does look a little bit like almond milk, but then when you do like the 4.5 scoops, it kind of looks like actual baby milk. So then you're just going to shake this up. And voila, you have a perfect baby formula, fake bottles, all that good jazz. So then what I do is how I feed her to make it look real. So I'm showing you all of this because it looks so cool, but I'm going to show you with both bottles that I have. So I just take and just pick her up and I properly sit her up, kind of like, a little baby would sit. You're going to take the bottle off, the top off the bottle, and you're going to shake it one more good time. Get it really good. So after that, you're then just going to stick it in her mouth, and you're just going to you can also seal your bottles too to make them look like you're feeding them if they don't have like a drinking wet like she does, or if they have a mouth open, you can seal the bottles that way nothing gets in their mouth. You can hear the noises that she makes is only because she has a drinking wet, and it's really cool. So the reason I'm doing it roughly is because I'm trying to get it, all out. And then the bottle is empty, which is how you can tell she's drinking wet. And her diaper is full, so I'm going to show you with the other bottle because it's a little different because there is no nipple on it. So how are you supposed to feed her? Well, I sell these too, so if you want to purchase, just comment that, you're wanting one of these bottles. So you just put that. So basically you take this little piece off, put this on, and you're just going to really just insert it in her mouth. And there you go. And she's going to drink it. And also, I've had people also comment saying they want to see like a hospital video or skit like of her being dressed up as a hospital baby and doing a role play of that and stuff. I can do that. It just all depends. And you see she's spitting out that. So we're just gonna keep on feeding. Oh, we're just gonna keep on feeding. So when she spits up like that, it makes it look more realistic. And it looks so cool. And so then, like, when she does that, I'm gonna go ahead and just pop her up here. Kind of burp her. And when I do that, she fakes the spit up. So, and it's just water and coffee formula. Okay, so it is a water and coffee creamer base. You want the coffee creamer powder is what you want to do, is what you want to get. So, and then when she's all done, I do a diaper change, but I don't do it on the cameras because she has full body and YouTube will like literally take that down. So, but yeah, she does all of these weird like little movements like a real baby would. And let's see if I can do it like I did last night. Like, it's really cool, very flexible, very wiggly. She is actually gonna be for sale. I'm selling her for $260. And she will come with a box opening. And also I can ship a car seat with her too, or you can purchase it separately if you want to. Honestly, I rerooted her. I'm trying to think, and like some other things, but she can also go in a swimming pool. We tested that out in July. When we went on vacation, she went in the swimming pool in a little bathing suit that I will send her home with as well. She can take baths, she can take a full pacifier, she can drink a bottle, and she pees her diaper. Honestly, that's all I have to say on that. But yeah, if you're interested, just comment below, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.